Today, I'm back with another mega physical media collection video for you all. Today, I'm going to be showing off my action genre collection. Yes, all my physical media titles I have in the action genre. That means 4Ks, Blu-rays, slipcovers, steelbooks, collector editions, you name it. I'm going to be showing it off all today. So if you're a big fan of physical media, make sure you subscribe right now if you're just discovering the channel for the very first time. I'm going to get you tons of these more collection videos and physical media topics. But let's get right into it. I'm going to only say a little bit about each movie as I go through them. This is in no particular order, so let's get right into it. Alright, we're going to start with top of the pile here. We got Lord of War. This is a great Nicolas Cage movie. This is probably my favorite Nicolas Cage film of all time. It's a very underrated one that doesn't get talked about too much, but it's really good. It's like a thriller, action, drama. Basically, Nick Cage is really good at selling illegal arms, and he just kind of gets a knack for it. He has a little brother in here, played by Jared Leto as well, and then you got Ethan Hawke as like the antagonist in here, but really good banter between all the characters in here, and it's just a very intriguing and interesting movie. So really good Nicolas Cage performance. If you haven't seen this one, I would definitely add it to the list. Lord of War, very good. Alright, next let's go into another 4K. We have Elita Battle Angel. Now this one is a visually stunning movie here. This even has the Blu-ray 3D in here, which I have not been able to check out since I don't have a Blu-ray player. But it's nice to have it all together here in the collection anyway. But interesting movie. It's like a sci-fi action, just martial arts mixed up in there. And so really entertaining visually, great fighting choreography. So looks really cool in terms of the overall story. Not the best, but it's really cool to look at. So not a bad watch if you're really just looking for the action visuals. Really cool there. And some good talent across the board as well. So Elita Battle Angel, not a bad one to get if you can get at a cheaper price, especially with everything that's included. Alright, next in our pile we have Beverly Hills Cop. Yes, this is the first one. I heard great things about this movie. It's more of a classic action, I guess, buddy cop movie, you could say. So you got Eddie Murphy in here, and he's great in the movie. There are some comedic moments in here, but to me, it's definitely more of an action movie. And so fairly entertaining, not a bad one to have in the collection. So yeah, definitely can at least recommend the first Beverly Hills Cop. And I got this 4K pretty cheap. And it still came with the slip, which was nice. Alright, next we're going to have Bumblebee. Yes, we have Bumblebee. This is part of the Transformers franchise. Now, I think Bumblebee is a really, really good movie. To me, a lot of the Transformers movies are misses. They're not great. I do really like the first Transformers, but then after that, they kind of fall apart for me. And so Bumblebee does kind of take it back up. I like it. It's more kind of like an 80s feel to it. So I do really like this one. More character driven, I would say, in this one. But it still has good action visuals as well. And you can't go wrong with Bumblebee. He's a great Transformer. So all around, a good little movie. I recommend this one if you haven't seen it yet. But yes, got the 4K slip on that. Alright, next. Ooh, this is a Stillbook now. We got Carlito's Way. This is Al Pacino in here and Sean Penn. Sean Penn gives an amazing performance. So if you're looking for a really good Sean Penn performance, definitely check out Carlito's Way. But this is a Stillbook. This one I got from FYE. Just a Blu-ray Stillbook. It was pretty cheap. I think I got this one for about 10 bucks. But I didn't have it in the collection yet, so I got this one. And it's a pretty decent film. To me, it's not my favorite, like, gangster drama movie. No. I think there's some other ones I have here that are better than this one. But it's not bad either. So, some decent performances in here. So if you like that kind of, mafia drama vibe, then yeah, you could take a look at this one. More, yeah, I would say this is crime, drama, action, thriller in here. So yeah, definitely check out Carlito's Way. There is a 4K of that one out there though. Alright, next we're going to have Commando. This one I got actually pretty cheap. This one was like under $6.99. So Arnold is awesome in this movie. This is one of Arnold's earlier movies. And so even though this isn't my favorite Arnold movie of all time, it's decent. It's a pretty simple premise of a story. And I do like some of the action moments in here, especially in the third act. I think it picks up when Arnold's really throwing down. Really some great moments there. And there's some funny moments in this movie too, just are situational. And yeah, so this movie can make you laugh at a couple parts as well. But yeah, definitely can recommend Commando being an essential to any action collection. Especially you can get this one really cheap right now. Alright, next we're going to have the Expendables Collection 1, 2, and 3. Now I got this cheap as well, under $6.99. Now these movies, the stories are not so good, but you got an all-star action cast in all of them, so great action stars to see. And so that's what makes this movies fun. They're great with all the action characters, a lot of good action moments, definitely some explosions throughout. So it's like non-stop action. So if you're literally just going for action, then yeah, these are good. But if you want a deep story, no, it's not going to be for you there. But these are always great to kind of play in the background if you just want some entertaining background action noise. So yeah, and you can get these cheap. So why not? Why not have that in the collection? All right, next. We got Fast and Furious. This is the first one. This is a Stillbook, but it's just a Blu-ray. So I got this one at Target when it was pretty cheap. I think it was like $10. I did like the feel of the Stillbook, so the Stillbook was nice. And yeah, for that price, why not? Fast and Furious, the first one, it's alright. If you like street racing level kind of action, then sure. You got Vin Diesel if you're a Vin Diesel fan, and a good cast here all around. So yeah, it's if you're into cars, you'll love the movie, of course. But yeah, this is Fast and Furious, the first one. All right, next we got Gemini Man. This is with Will Smith. Also, what was cool with this movie when I got it from Walmart, it came with the bonus of actually getting the Triple X sequel movie as a little digital download. So I was happy with that. Which that movie isn't bad either. But yeah, Gemini Man's an alright movie. It's cool visually, because, you basically got Will Smith versus Will Smith, how they're able to do with the deep fake technology, which is really, really cool and interesting. Now, it would have been cooler if this movie came out earlier, maybe, 10 years ago, because then it would have been really innovative for the time, something we haven't seen before, and I think it would have been more impressive then. It coming out not so long ago, it's kind of like, oh, we kind of already seen that gimmick before and done a little bit better now, so not as impressive, but I do like the general story idea and the initial premise of it. Alright, next off the top of the pile, we have the Godfather 3 movie collection. This is the DVD trilogy. So you got Godfather Part 1, Part 2, Part 3. Now, I really like the first Godfather. I think that is definitely a great movie. Saw that one first in my film history class, and at first I was like, is it really that great? But when watching it again, yeah, it is definitely a really good movie. Some people think it's the best movie of all time. I probably wouldn't say that for me, but it's definitely a good, solid movie. Part 2, I like as well. At least half of it. I like the stuff with Robert De Niro. I think that's a really good half, but they do two stories in that one, so it kind of falls apart for me with it being two stories side by side. I really like one story, like I said, but the other story just kind of takes away from that for me, so I don't like it being split up like that. So part 2, I think it's good, but not as good as the first one. Then part 3 is okay. I don't think it's as bad as some people say it is, but it's also not that great of a movie either. So yeah, definitely goes 1, 2, 3 for me. But yeah, first one you need to have. Definitely want to pick up on the 4K set that came out. Hopefully that will drop in price. But yeah, gotta have the Godfather in there. Alright, next we have Godzilla King of the Monsters. Now this is a really fun kaiju action monster battle movie here. King Ghidorah is great in it. Godzilla's awesome, of course. And you got a bunch of awesome other kaiju monsters as well. So action is great in here, but story not so much. The human characters aren't that great in here. And yeah, so yeah, always lacks in story here for a lot of these kaiju movies. But hey, the action monster battles are great, so why not? Might as well have that in the collection. Alright, next we got a Stillbook here. We got Godzilla vs. Kong on 4K. Now, I do really like this movie. You got the big two titans throwing down, and visually, this movie is outstanding. Just all the visual effect work they did. It's like a big giant wrestling match between Kong and Godzilla, and it's just so cool to see how they throw down, see how they kind of communicate with each other. And so, really, really fun action monster movie. Once again, not much of a story, and some of the human characters don't really work for me. It's like, why they're there, I do not understand. Just give me more monster battles. But it gives you some pretty good monster battles. And, you know, the matches are pretty even back and forth. So you get to see Kong win something, you get to see Godzilla win something. And so, yeah, it's a fun time. Definitely should check out Godzilla vs. Kong. Alright, next, There Can Only Be One. And so we got Highlander. Yes, Highlander Stillbook. This is a Blu-ray. Got this one from Target. This is a pretty fun movie. I need to go back and watch it again. I know some people love this one. I didn't love it. I liked it. But definitely is pretty entertaining and interesting of a story idea. And they are doing a remake to this movie. So I would say check out this movie definitely. A lot of people really, really enjoy this one. But yeah, you got some good talent in here. Absolutely, but yes, this is Highlander. Once again, there can only be one, of course. And then next, we go to The Rock. This is a Blu-ray. Got this one under $6.99 as well. This is a really good Nicolas Cage and Sean Connery movie. This is like an action thriller, so really suspenseful movie as well. And Sean Connery does a fantastic job in here. I think this is one of Sean Connery's best movies, actually. Really, really good. Nicolas Cage is great as well too, but very interesting premise for a movie. And you got Ed Harris in here as the villain. Can't go wrong with The Rock. Highly recommend this one. Plus, you can get it for cheap. All right, next we have Predator on 4K. I really like this slipcover. It has a nice little shine to it. Predator's a really, really great movie. Arnold's movie, to me, I mean, you got this, and then, of course, Terminator, but definitely a standout movie here. Really entertaining, sci-fi, action, all mixed together. Got an all-star cast in here. Got, like, Carl Weathers as well, Shane Black. So, really, really interesting premise for a movie. And, yeah, and also some horror elements in here. So, you got, like, action, sci-fi, horror. It's all mixed together. Really nicely done. Some cool environments in the movie too. So you got to have the Predator on. Well, actually, this is just Predator on 4K slipcover. The Predator is a different Predator movie. There's so many Predator movies now, but you got to at least have the original on the 4K in there. All right, next we have Spectre on Blu-ray. This is a 007 James Bond movie. This has Daniel Craig. Now, this one got for a cheap Black Friday deal, so it wasn't too expensive. Now, not the best James Bond movie in my opinion. It's probably towards the lower end for me. There's some cool visuals in it. I do kind of like the beginning opening sequence as well, but then it kind of loses it for me. So, yeah, once again, not my favorite James Bond movie, but hey, why not? That's Spectre. Alright, next we got Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom, got the slipcover here. This one I also got on Black Friday deal, which was nice. But yeah, this movie, I actually like it more than most, but it wasn't perfect, it wasn't great. But it was something a little bit different for the Jurassic World franchise, you know, taking it to like a manor and it being, you know, coming like a horror slasher movie in a big giant mansion. Really, that's how I think about it. But yeah, you know, it is what it is. Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom. So if you like the Jurassic World movies, you might like this one. You may not. You know, just depends. Alright, next we have Mad Max Fury Road. Now, a lot of people love this movie. I do not. But this one was gifted to me. I think during the holiday season. I probably need to go back and rewatch it because the first time watching this one, I wasn't impressed. Even though you got good talent here like Tom Hardy and Charlie Theron, so there is some good talent here. Don't know why I wasn't digging this movie though. I don't. Maybe because it's a desert. That's why. Desert movies to me just kind of aren't the most exciting. I don't know why. Too much sand. I don't know. But yeah, maybe I should go back and rewatch this one. But this is Mad Max Fury Road. A lot of people love this movie. Yeah, very interesting premise. All right, next we got Nobody on the 4K slipcover. Really, really good movie. Did not come out too long ago. Basically, kind of like a John Wick style, hyper violent action movie, kind of revenge tale. It's from the writers of John Wick actually, so it makes sense why it's very similar. But you got Bob Odenkirk, who is great in the movie, very entertaining. You also have another actor that shows up that's pretty surprising to see in here. But yeah, if you like that style of movie, you will like this one. I know a lot of people, this was some people's favorite movie of the year it came out, or at least made their top 10. It didn't for me, but it was still pretty high up there for me. So really good, entertaining, easy watching movie. Nobody. All right, next we have Predator 4 movie collection. Yeah, so this is the 4K set right here. Yeah, so you actually get quite a bit with this one right here. Yeah, you get Predator, Predator 2, Predators, and The Predator. So I actually like the first three out of these collection. Yeah, I think Predator, really good, of course. Already had the 4K slipcover, but also came in this, so why not? Predator 2, I don't think it's as bad as everybody says it is. I like kind of seeing it in a different setting, taking it to the urban city environment. And so I actually think it's okay. I don't think it's terrible. Predators, I think, is actually a really, really good one. Getting back to the jungle setting, I think that one's actually pretty entertaining. I can recommend that one. And then the Predator, that's the one. That's the one I do not like. That's the one directed by Shane Black. Yeah, not the movie for me. To me, that one didn't work out so good. But it's cool to have them all on the 4 movie collection, especially with the new movie Prey coming out soon. It's good to get a set like this. I think I got this on sale too, which was nice. All right. Next, we have the rhythm section, which I got pretty cheap. This one was on sale for sure. Might have been. Wonder if it was a Black Friday sale. Definitely was on sale though, because I know I would not pick this one up without it being on sale. Didn't hear great things about it. Yeah, this movie's pretty bad. Cannot recommend it. I mean, you got some good talent in there, like Blake Lively, but very generic, revenge tale kind of movie. Nothing you haven't seen before. Can't recommend this one at all, though. So yeah, stay away from the rhythm section, in my opinion. Yeah, that's a movie I won't go back to, really. Alright, next we got the Rush Hour Trilogy Collection here. Some really cool artwork. I got this pretty cheap as well. I think this was like 13 bucks or so from Best Buy, which was nice. But I like the art design. I think that's really cool. Yeah, really nice collection. Yeah, really, really cool collection in there. And so, yeah, Rush Hour Trilogy. I do like this one. Really good set. First 2 movies are really, really excellent. I can recommend Rush Hour 1 and 2. I'd probably even say Rush Hour 2 is my favorite out of the bunch. Now, Rush Hour 3, not so much. Yeah, Rush Hour 3, I can't deal with. But Rush Hour 1 and 2, highly recommend those. But yeah, if you can get all 3 for cheap, hey, why not have it in the collection? Yeah, that's like your action buddy cop comedies right there. Can't go wrong with Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker. Alright, next on the top of our pile, we got Al Pacino in Scarface Gold Edition. Now, to me, this is probably the top of the crime action drama movies I have. I think this is a really good one. This is probably right next to The Godfather for me, or might even beat The Godfather. I don't know. They're both really good, but really good movie. This is definitely a really good way to do a remake, because this is a remake of a classic Scarface movie, but Al Pacino definitely elevates this movie. Really, really good, intriguing story. Very iconic scenes in here. Just some of the imagery, the ending moments of this movie. Wow, so powerful. So, yeah, can't go wrong with this movie. Everybody should have this in the collection. And it's great on 4K. So that's Scarface. Alright, next we have Skyscraper. This has Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson here. Now, this is a pretty interesting action movie. Got it taking place on a skyscraper, so why not? It's a kind of similar to like a Die Hard movie, I guess you could say. But yeah, it's a decent little action movie. You got The Rock. The Rock is always charismatic and is a great action hero, so why not? Not a bad movie to have in the collection. But yeah, there you go. That's Skyscraper on 4K. Next, we have Sneakers, and Sneakers is a really, really good, entertaining movie, and all-star cast here. You got Robert Redford, Dan Aykroyd, Ben Kingsley, River Phoenix. I mean, the list just goes on and on, so really good cast here. Very interesting little action thriller premise of a movie. Definitely a lot of twists and turns you may not see, so yeah, definitely a good, solid movie. If you haven't seen this one, I can recommend Sneakers. Absolutely. Alright, next we have The Tax Collector. This has Shia LaBeouf in it, and I think actually Shia LaBeouf does a good job in this movie. He's probably the best part of the movie, in my opinion. This is a solid movie. Definitely another crime, gangster drama kind of movie. Some horrific scenes in this one, though. Some scenes are pretty tough to watch. You do get George Lopez in this movie, too, and he feels out of place to me in this movie. I don't know, he's the only thing that didn't gel right in the movie for me, but other than that, actually, this one's a movie that I do recommend checking it out. I think this one's even streaming on Netflix, if anything, but yeah. Stillbook was super cheap. It was like $10 on sale when I got it, so I'm like, why not have it? Yes, The Tax Collector. Alright, next we got Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Now, once again, Arnold movie all the way here. Between this one and Predator, these are the two Arnold movies that pop up in my head right away when I think Arnold. Really good movie. Now, I know a lot of people don't like the 4K transfer on this. I don't have as big of a problem with it as others do, but of course you always wanted the best transfer possible. So maybe one day they can improve upon it. They came out with a really cool Steelbook, but I was not going to get the Steelbook until they've updated, and improved the transfer, which they did not. So I'm waiting on that. But yeah, that new Steelbook did look pretty cool from Lionsgate. But yeah, the movie itself is awesome. Really good, entertaining movie. This is probably my favorite action movie of all time, actually. So really enjoyed this one. Can't go wrong with Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Definitely the best Terminator movie in my opinion. But yeah, really like this one. Really good, solid movie. Alright, next we have the Jurassic World 5 movie collection on 4K. This comes with all 5 Jurassic Park movies. Yes, we got all of them here, all 5 films on 4K and Blu-ray, and actually comes separate, which is kind of odd, but that's how they did it. Now, I do like these movies overall. Of course, the first one is my favorite and is absolutely iconic and classic. Gotta have that one on 4K. It looks so nice. And then the other 2 Jurassic Park movies are okay. I think they're a step down in my opinion. And then I think Jurassic World is alright. But then I think Fallen Kingdom's a little bit of a step down too. But it's nice to get all 5 movies in the collection. And this is actually pretty cheap right now. I think it's about $30. So why not get these all in the collection? So we go on to the next. Another movie collection. We have the Kingsmen 2 movie collection. So the Secret Service and the Golden Circle. Now I really like the first one. Secret Service is a really, really good movie. Definitely some awesome visual and action sequences in there. So really good camera work there. But the Golden Circle just loses it for me. Do not like the sequel really that much. But the first one's very, very good. So kind of like a James Bond feel, but hyper violent, rated R action. So that's kind of the spin on it. But yeah, for the first one, it's at least worth it. So that's the Kingsman collection. Alright, next we have John Wick. John Wick is a really good movie. Great action kung fu. Keanu Reeves, can't go wrong with him in this movie. Really good, entertaining, simplistic revenge tale here. Right, you don't mess with John Wick's dog. Alright? But yeah, really like this movie. So definitely gotta have John Wick in there. Alright, if we have John Wick, gotta have John Wick 2. Now, I don't think this one is as good. To me, this one is a step down for me. But it still continues the story and gives us some more lore. So, gotta have this one in the collection as well. Alright, next we got a 4K Stillbook of John Wick Chapter 3. I actually think this is probably the best John Wick movie out of the trilogy. Really like this one. Really awesome, entertaining, innovative action sequences. You know, fights like you've never seen it before, like how they do that library book scene. Wow, that shocked me. And then all the dog scenes. Definitely very entertaining action there. And something a little bit different. But yeah, I really like John Wick Chapter 3. So gotta have that one in the collection. And the Steelbook is nice of that one. Alright, next we got The Last Action Hero. This is another Arnold movie. And Arnold is great in this movie. I really like this one. This is probably one of my more favorite Arnold movies. You know, it's probably going, you know, thinking Terminator, Predator, but then probably think The Last Action Hero. So really, really good movie. Has some references to some other movies in here as well. So yeah, just kind of pokes fun at the action genre with this one. So really like this one. Alright, next we have Love and Monsters. Now this is a really fun action movie with some sci-fi elements in here. You even got some romance. So a good mixture of genres here. And this movie I think is very underrated. Kind of flew under the radar. But anybody who's seen this movie really likes this movie. This movie is so good in my opinion. One of the best movies out of the year it came out in. And a lot of people just didn't see it. So highly recommend checking this one out. Really, really good movie. And you got Dylan O'Brien in here, and that was kind of like a rumor to maybe replace The Flash, which I don't think ended up being true at all. But he's really good in the movie, but really entertaining movie here. Can recommend this one to everyone. Easy watching movie. Alright, next we have some collections here. Alright. We have the Die Hard Ultimate Collection. This is a DVD set, so you got the thicker spine there. Yeah, and this is even thicker than most DVDs here. So it definitely stands out on the shelf. Really like all these Die Hard movies. First one, of course, is iconic, but I actually probably like Die Hard with a Vengeance, probably the best. You got really good movies here in this set. First one, third one, very good. Second one to me is a little bit of a step down, so that's probably my least favorite out of the bunch. But, I mean, overall, can't go wrong with the Die Hard movies. So, you gotta have those ones, at least the first three, in your collection. Now to get into some box set collections, we got our 007 James Bond Ultimate Edition Volume 1. This is our DVD set here. You got Goldfinger, Diamonds Are Forever, The Man with the Golden Gun, The Living Daylights, The World Is Not Enough. Out of those, my two favorites would be The Man with the Golden Gun and Goldfinger. Really excellent movies there, but great to have this. Looks really nice on the shelf. Next, if we have Volume 1, we're going to have a Volume 2. So James Bond 007, Volume 2 here. Now the ones in this one are Thunderball, The Spy Who Loved Me, A View to Kill, License to Kill, Die Another Day. Out of these ones, none of these ones are probably my favorites. So yeah, none of these are definitely on my favorite list, I don't think. So, but it's nice to have them, once again, in a Volume 2 set. Next, we have Volume 2. We're going to have Volume 3. I like how they do different color coding on all of these. You got From Russia with Love, On Her Majesty's Secret Service, Live and Let Die, and For Your Eyes Only, and GoldenEye. Out of this, the two I really like are From Russia with Love, really, really good one, and GoldenEye's good as well. So really like those two ones out of this section. Yes. Alright, and if we got Volume 3, you know we have Volume 4. This has Dr. No, You Only Live Twice, Moonraker, Octopussy, and Tomorrow Never Dies. Now, Tomorrow Never Dies is my favorite James Bond movie of all time. I know a lot of people don't pick that one, but I think it's very underrated. I think it's really, really good, especially the opening sequence. So good. Totally reminds me of a scene in Top Gun Maverick. Also, I really do like Dr. No. Really good one. Also, You Only Live Twice. Really good as well. So this volume actually has quite a few good ones in here. So really nice to have that. Once again, those are all DVDs. Had those for quite some time. Alright, well, if we have those, then of course we need the Daniel Craig collection. This is the Blu-ray set right here. So you get 4 movies in this one. Yes. Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace, Skyfall, and Spectre. Out of those 4, I would say Skyfall, Casino Royale, really, really good James Bond movies. The other 2, not so much for me personally. But yeah, definitely nice to have this together. Alright, and then we got a newer James Bond movie that came out recently, No Time to Die. I really like this one. I actually got this 4K on sale at a good price. It dropped significantly in price. Really good movie, one of my favorite movies of the year. Action visuals in here are super outstanding. Very, very good movie. But yeah, really like this one. Yeah, can't go wrong with that. So that will do it for my physical media collection of the action genre. I have just shown it all off to you right now. Let me know what were some of your favorites that I showed off in today's video. Also, if there's any recommendations for pickups, leave that down in the comments below as well. Also, make sure you share out this video across the social media platforms like Instagram. That way we can build the mega league of film fans on this channel together. And if you like collection videos, make sure you click another one in the playlist for more.
Come on. Do it. Do it. Come on. Come on.
Also, like the video. And this is Mega Mike the Movie Man reminding you to make every day a movie day.